Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So today is very exciting. I am doing my first collaboration with Micki, the makeup chef here on YouTube. She is a gal that I met over YouTube back in October, November, I think, when I first saw her video on the Besame Cosmetics Snow White palette. She is just so sweet and so cute and so creative. Like, she does these really creative video series things on her channel. She has this series where she does like makeup inspired by foods, and she teaches you the makeup tutorial as well as how to make the food, which is really cool. And then she also has like this Disney inspired Get Ready With Me series, and it's not necessarily the Disney princesses, it can be any character in whatever movie, and that's a collaboration that she did. And you know, she has a lot of really good content, so I hope that you will check her out. I will of course link her channel and her video below. And then as for the content of this video, I'm sure you saw it in the title, but we're going to be trying makeup trends that we don't ever do, or that we've, you know, rarely do, that kind of thing. So we decided to each take like 4 or 5 trends to try on camera. Most of the things that I've chosen are things that I've never done. I have attempted winged liner before. So we're gonna try that. We're gonna try a cut crease, which I've never done before. I'm gonna try to do more of a matte kind of cut crease. And then fake eyelashes. And then heavy contour and highlight, which I don't do. I'm usually like a bit light-handed with my makeup. So anyway, this should be fun. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Micki and I decided that we would both use our Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs palette because we both love this palette, and I know that it's not something you can get anymore, but it has like a lot of neutral matte shades that I think you should be able to find a lot of similar colors in your collection if you wanted to try any of these things with us. But at least for me, like, this is not a tutorial because I don't know what I'm doing. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have already primed my eyes, and now I am going to just go all over the lids up to the brow with this Pastel 105, which is this white shade. Oh my word, it's so hot outside, you guys. So hot. It's not hot outside, it's hot in my bedroom. It's like 65 degrees outside, it's not hot. But my bedroom is upstairs, and the sun comes directly in, and so it's like insanely hot here once the sun hits. So if I don't film before, if I don't start filming before 7 a.m., I'm like dying. And this is afternoon. We're at like, I don't even know what time it is, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something. So I had like studying to do this morning, and anyway. Okay, so I thought it might be a good idea to go ahead and zoom in since we are doing the eyes. So for my transition shade, I think I'm gonna go in with this Saddle 104, and I'm just gonna kind of smear that all over the crease. Okay, so for the cut crease, I guess I'm gonna go into Gray 106. I'm gonna take my e.l.f. brush here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go right into the crease and see what happens. Oh boy, no, this was the wrong brush to use. This is probably not gonna look at all like a cut crease is supposed to look. This does not look defined at all. I think I definitely should have used a skinnier brush, but that's all right. This is an Urban Decay brush. I'm just gonna try to clean that up. Okay, next we're gonna go into a scarier shade, and we're gonna go into this Gray 3 shade, which basically is like a dark, very, very dark gray, almost black color. Okay, so we're gonna start really small, not much product, and just kind of pop, 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 pop it in there, see what happens. I don't know. See, this is not a cut crease. Yeah, it's not a cut crease, but that's, oh, look at that. Isn't that nice? Now I'm gonna take this Tarte Shape Tape and just put it on my eyelid because I feel like I've seen people do that before. Gives you maybe more of a contrast and can kind of clean up this mess that I made. Okay, I'm just gonna use my finger. I don't think I'm doing this right. Okay, I'm gonna just blend this out with my handy dandy Urban Decay brush. Now I'm gonna pop this on the other eye. Okay, so I don't think this is quite what it's supposed to look like, but I'm not mad at it. I am gonna go back into that white shade and just pop that on top. I really don't think it's that bad. I don't think it quite really looks like a cut crease, but I'm not really upset about how it looks at this point. I am gonna try to make it a little bit cleaner in the crease so it looks a little more like I'm doing what I was attempting to do. If not, that's okay. We'll just call it a soft cut crease or something. I'm gonna take my most pointy defining brush from Too Faced and pop back into gray 3 and go right into that crease, starting really small, and see how we do. Yeah, I don't, I really don't think this looks the way that it's supposed to, but you know, this was just for fun to try something out, and these definitely don't look even. This one looks way darker. Oh, that's because I took the wrong color on this side. Whoops. Okay, now that side's way darker. I'm getting impatient and just like not doing it correctly. Not that I was doing it correctly before, but I just don't want to deal with this anymore. Oh my gosh, so I was just looking like closer into the viewfinder. Yeah, that looks real bad. So I am gonna actually try to fix that a little bit before we move on. So I'm actually gonna take my little brush from that new like Kristen Leanne Daydream palette and just try and blend this out a little bit. And yes, this is definitely not gonna be a cut crease anymore, but I don't really care. I just don't want to look like a crazy person. Holy cow, that's a lot of black, Lauren. What were you thinking? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pop back in with Saddle 104, which I think was the transition shade that I used earlier. I'm just gonna use that to kind of blend this out a little more. It's still not gonna look good, but I didn't expect to, you know, do really well at this on my first try anyway. So whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and take this white shade again and just pop it all over the eyelids. Okay, so my battery was dying and I had to change it, so hopefully that this is not like too off now. But anyways, the next thing that I'm gonna be doing is attempting a winged eyeliner. And I'm gonna be using the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. Let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna start by shaking this baby up, and then I'm gonna line and then do the wing. Okay, so I'm all hunched over because I have to be close to the mirror to see what I'm doing. But I'm gonna try and just follow the lower lash line, I guess, and like do the triangle thing. I'm gonna pull this up a little bit, but not too much, because if I pull it too much and then I just like let it go, it's gonna swallow up the wing, so we don't want to do that. I don't know if you can see it, but there it is. It's not great. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. But now I'm gonna do the other eye, and I'm not gonna do it on camera because it just takes too long. Okay, so that was a little bit of a fiasco. I actually ran out of ink on my tattoo liner, so I pulled in my Essence waterproof eyeliner pen, which is great, and I went ahead and did the left eye, and I tried to increase the wing on the right eye to make them even, and they actually, I feel like in the viewfinder they don't really look that bad, but they look pretty bad up close. So I'll go ahead and show you what they look like. Yeah, this is not my style. You know, they say like with these kinds of things, the best thing to do is just practice. You have to do this every day. You have to keep practicing, and I am not someone with a lot of patience for that kind of thing. I like to do what works and what's easy, and that makes me sound really lazy, but I mean, when it comes to makeup, like I want it to be fun, and if I get frustrated, then it's not fun. So that's why I don't do that, and I will probably continue to not do wings unless I'm trying to do some sort of pinup look or something. But anyway, in the meantime, I went ahead and put mascara on, and also my Marc Jacobs highliner gel eye crayon in the shade Stone Fox on my lower lash line. So, next thing we're going to do is fake eyelashes, which I'm real excited about that one. So, I bought this stuff from Tarte when they were doing like the eyelash stuff for, I think, for like 40% off or something at Ulta last summer. I got the eyelash placement thingy and the fake eyelashes. These are, what are they? Little black dress lashes. They just looked like the most natural that they had there, so I got those. And then I got the lash adhesive in black, which maybe was a mistake. I don't know, we'll see. So the first thing I guess you're supposed to do is check the length. I feel like these are very dainty and I'm gonna break them. But how am I gonna do this on camera? I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go off camera to like see what I'm doing, sorry. Okay, so I just looked up close at the mirror, and these seem to be about the same length as my eyelash bed, or whatever you call that, so I'm not gonna actually trim them. Hopefully that doesn't end up being a mistake, but it looks like it's the right length. Okie doke, so we're gonna take these tiny little lashes and we're gonna try to put this glue on here without making a huge, massive mess. Getting in the eyelashes, guys. There's like this clumpy thing at the end. I gotta get rid of that. What is this clump? This is brand new. So we're gonna wait like 30 seconds until it's a little bit tacky. Okay, here we go. I don't know how people do this for like every video they film. Oh, horrible. No. Oh my gosh. This is the reality, guys. There we go. Okay, so that didn't work, and it messed up my, well, my eye makeup wasn't great anyway, but it still managed to mess it up. So I'm gonna try to do this off camera on the other eye maybe, and then if that's successful, great. If not, I'm gonna just clean up what I've destroyed as best I can, and we're gonna just go on to the next thing because I'm losing my patience here. Okay, so I had better luck when I was doing it off camera. It still does not look good, and this is definitely like not something that I want to do ever again. But just for the sake of this video, I am gonna try again on this side and see if we can't make it work. You guys, it's just not worth it. I'm sorry. It's just not worth it. I'm gonna clean this up and then we're gonna finish the rest. Okay, so that part, the lashes, not successful. It just did not work. Like, it would not stay. It was like popping off and flying off, and it's not worth it. I was just like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I've spent 40 minutes trying to do the fake eyelash thing. It's just, there's a reason I don't do it, I guess. Way too much work. So anyway, going on to the next thing, because I just don't have the patience for that anymore, we're going to do baking, and I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair. This is the lightest concealer I own. Usually when I use this, I use like a couple of dots or one tiny dot like in the corner and then blend it out, because this is really full coverage. But what you see the big, you know, YouTubers do is put this all over their face. So I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna bake, and we're gonna see what happens. They do a triangle, right? Or an eye patch. It's like an eye patch. I don't know what I'm doing. And that's the whole point of this video though, right? Like, don't know what you're doing. So what kinds of things do you guys like not ever do with your makeup? Are you like me and you like don't do this full glam kind of stuff? I think that's everywhere, right? And then I'm gonna use my sponge to like blend this out. So I think that you blend it in and then you put on the powder and then you like bake it or something. Jeez, I just look a little bit scary, huh? Oh, I forgot about this one. Looks like something white just came out of my nose. I have no upper lip. I'm glad this is later in the day and like you can't see it. I look pretty scary. Okay, I am going to watch the Jaclyn Hill baking video real quick, at least like kind of skim through it and make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so it turns out that the concealing I just did has nothing to do with baking. You set that and go, so I just went ahead and like set it the way that I would normally set. And then for baking, I guess I thought that the purpose of baking was to help enhance the highlighting or something, but that, like, I guess that's not what it's for. It's just to really like set everything in. I'm gonna use my beauty blender, which I already used for my foundation. I hope that's okay, I don't know. And then like really try to like make this show up on my face. I don't know if that's like necessary, but I'm just gonna do like what Jaclyn Hill did in her video. And I guess you just like leave this here while you do the rest of your face. I don't know. Oh, and by the way, I'm using my Cover FX powder. Okay, so we're gonna leave that there and then I'm gonna go back and watch Jaclyn's video about how she does her contour. Now, contour is something that I do occasionally. I don't do like a really heavy, I try to do it as light as possible because I can look muddy and dirty really quickly. My favorite contour palette product is from Too Faced, and I've tried the Urban Decay one, I've tried the Physicians Formula one. There's several that I've tried, and this is just, it stays my favorite. This is the Too Faced Cocoa Contour. I like to use this medium cocoa shade. I'm including this in this video because it goes along with the heavy baking and highlighting and heavy contour, and you know, contouring is not something I feel incredibly comfortable with, even though I do it sometimes. Just, it's something I'm not very good at. And that's the point of this video, is things that I don't know how to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and start at my hairline, like by my ear, and just kind of follow that like cheekbone. And some people say, you're not supposed to do this. It helps me. I'm gonna go in a little bit heavier just because that's kind of what we're doing today, is heavier. I think actually having this like baking white powder is helping me see better where I should be putting the contour. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go around my forehead. I don't ever contour my nose, so I suppose for this video I should do that. So I'm gonna just go down the sides of my nose, I guess. Purpose is to make your nose look smaller, but for me it usually just makes my nose look dirty and uneven, which it's doing that again today, it looks like. So there you go. Okay, so I just went and opened my blinds because I'm losing light. So unfortunately my internet is not working right now, which means that I just have to guess at this and I don't have that reference to look at. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take my Too Faced Mr. Right brush and try to brush away this baking. I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, while I was off camera, I went ahead and put on my Marc Jacobs blush. This is in the shade Flesh and Fantasy, which is just my favorite neutral kind of blush shade. And then I put on my Ciate London Glitter Flip on my lips. So let's go ahead and get to the highlighting. So I'm actually going to go ahead and start with this little Hourglass sample. This is their Vanish highlighter stick. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, in Champagne Flash. And I'm just gonna kind of put it where you normally put highlight and blend it out. I don't use a lot of cream, so I'm not like very good at it. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna put this cream on and then follow up with the powder, and holy crap, this looks bad. I love this highlighter, but with this much product on your face underneath, like, it does not look good up close. This is a mistake because this is bringing out all of the texture in my skin by like layering this highlighter on top of all of these other things that I have put all over my skin. Okay, and then for my powder highlight, I'm gonna take my Becca Vanilla Quartz highlighter. It's a mini. It's a very nice light shade that works well for my very light skin tone. It's got almost like a pinky peach kind of shift to it. It's really, really pretty. It's kind of layering that on top and really playing up that ridiculous amount of highlight. Ridiculous for me. It's just, I don't wear this much makeup. It's like too much. Okay, so we have made it through and finished all of, or at least attempted, all of the things that I wanted to attempt, things that I haven't done before or that I rarely never do, you know, whatever. So basically it wasn't, some of the things were not as bad as I thought. Some of them were harder than I expected. Overall, there's a reason why I don't do these things. And if you love doing these things and you're great at them, that's awesome. I commend you for that. I don't have the patience, and these are all kind of things that you have to practice a lot before you can get good at, and I'm not willing to put in the time. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you will check out Micki's channel. I'm really excited to see what she does. If you're here from Micki's channel, welcome. Thank you for coming. Hope to see more of you in the future. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!